Welcome to part 23 of Let's Play Populous. I'll be doing world number 1078, which is Bimmy and hopefully getting up to 1100. As soon as I do so, I'll end the video because I just wanted to get up to 1100, and then in the next video I'll be starting from 1999 because the ones before the thousands are slightly harder, so I'll give myself a challenge, and then I'll get up to 2100 in the following videos, and then move up to 2999 and so on. Anyway, because that was the plan. So let's put a bin me don in. That's it. It should be 1078. Yep. 15 each. Can't do earthquakes or floods. They can just do nights and floods, and it's harmful, and swamps are shallow, towns only, and they're high and average. And it's bitmap. Here we go. Just need someone to build there now. There we go. I was lucky actually, because he could have carried on going around in a circle. Any way you like. Yeah, he died. Never mind. Let's get a castle here. You'll go forward, I'll rebuild for him. There we go. That'll have to do. It's the best I can offer. Just go there we go. Just to sort a couple of these out since they're easy to do so. Third time I've done that. No, that was the third time. Oh, I give up. Let's do it from here. Some other people to sort out as well. Just lift that up. This time I will do it. There we are. Troublesome spot. That's 3. That's that place sorted. Do this one now. Oh, lots of cigarette packets here. Oh, whoops. Oh, he's dead. No, don't you die as well. Oh, that was unbelievably close. Ugh. Yeah, that was really close. Yeah, you can tell how much it's sort of proportional, the amount of health he had, to how much green is in the house that he builds. So it's low green, especially in a weak house. You know, it's low green pretty much most of the time in a big castle, because it takes a very long time to fill up. But in a weak house, it takes a short time to fill up, and if that's low green, then it's the person who built it was very weak. Because the two are sort of proportional, but only it's only reliable if it's a weak house. If it's a strong house, it's less proportional. If that sort of makes sense. Oh, he died as well. Oh, everyone's dying. He's dead as well. Yeah. Bitmap is a very harsh terrain, so it doesn't take a lot to for walkers to perish. I don't know why it's harsh, because it's just sort of paper and pens. There we go. So everyone's sorted now, but more people died than I wanted to, because I spent a bit too long on the bit in the corner there, because I know it just kept going wrong. I don't know why I shielded him. Oh yeah, because I wanted to see how much strength he had. Usually, proportionally, the harsher the terrain, the faster the growth rates I've noticed. So bitmap like desert and snow and ice are pretty fast growth rates, whereas futuristic sort of slow, along with grassy plains and rock and lava somewhere in the middle. Yeah, so this shouldn't be a long video. It shouldn't take me that long to get up to 1100. And as soon as I get up to 1100 or over or something, then I'll end the video. So no point doing any more because I've completed my self-set goal. Oh, they're off. I really wish someone would get rid of that. Or change it, whatever. And just drown him. And then we're we got them up. Get him out there. Well, he can get. He died before I got him up. Because there was that man coming to sort him out, but didn't need to. I have a theory in that if you do volcanoes and earthquakes and things, you get more points at the end. So I'm going to do some just for the sake of doing them. Wait a minute. I'll just pause that. Do a volcano. No, I should have swamped him then done a volcano. Oh, never mind. Where is he? He's on his way. Oh, he has a bit of yellow. Oh yeah, he would have, wouldn't he? Right. Let's get rid of this. And what I hope to do is, I'm not going to turn him back into a person. I'm going to drown him, and then I'm going to swamp him while he's drowning. Here he comes, making a little bridge for him. Oh, actually, I'll just swamp him. Actually, no, I will drown him quickly. Alright, let's swamp him. There we go. Let's get rid of this one as well, actually. No. Oh, he's strong. Sort him out. I don't want him to build anywhere. Good. And now just build. There we go. You gotta wait for Armageddon so I jump as many as possible. Save the tree, the pencil forest. How strong's the old leader? Oh, not bad. Oh, we just got swamped. The shielded person just died in a swamp that I didn't clear up. Oh well. Put it back to fight and settle. They're getting a bit populous, to use the game's title. Taking me a long time to get up to Armageddon here. I'll get it off and settle. Actually, they're a bit too they're less populous than they were. Whoops. That's where they made that night. Now it's under my control. Oh, it's under no one's control now because I'm doing Armageddon. Really wish that they could have done a 2-player version of this game. Would have been really fun. Uh-oh. That's it. 20 to 1, battles won. Fat Lopord. 1085, that's quite good. I jumped 7 there. Rock and Lava, very high. They can just do knights in 5 to 2. There we go. Now we start pretty near the middle. Whoops, did a bit too much land there. Oh, I hate it when they go over these big mountains and there's nowhere for them to build. Go somewhere. Oh, I just got a massive mana boost for some reason. I don't know why. I must have won a fight. Just by accident. Got a massive mana boost there. Did you see that? It went straight onto Earthquake. Now, at this early stage in the game, that could only have been caused by a fight. So I'm extremely lucky there. So I'll quickly use that mana, and then go and sort out whatever it is they did. Yeah, must have won a fight. Yeah. Just that. There we go. Ugh. Oh no. If I lose a castle now, that will go straight down to less than, all the way to the bottom. So I hope we won't lose a castle. Uh-oh. Oh, that was lucky. But I did want that man removed. Yeah, that was very lucky, that mana boost. I'm very fortunate. Then I didn't have to wait around for the mana to go up slowly like it normally does. Hmm. If I do that, then I can just do that, and then this, because you can just build for a fraction of a second after you move. I'd like to drown this man. No, I missed him. I'll have to put up my fight instead and just win this quickly. Yeah, I'm going to try and win this now. I'm nearly close to Armageddon, I might as well do that now. It's unfortunate. Have a building there. Yeah. They didn't win it, there was just a gap there. That'll do. $101,000, not too bad. Josso Gored jumped 5 there. Yeah, snow and ice, very high, 5 to 2. They just can't do nights and floods. I can't do earthquakes. Here we go. It's pretty harsh terrain, so better build from. Yep, good. I need a castle as soon as possible. There we go. Oh, damn rock. Oh, rocks everywhere. These can go now. Good, you can just go there. Good. There, that'll do for them now. Let the others. No, there's no people wandering around. One of them must have died or gone into a castle. Not bad. Started off with 5 people, 3 castles, or will have. It's not too bad. It's really bad when you start off with 15 people. You only end up with 3 castles. It's, you know. Although 3 castles with more people in, but it's better to have the weak it's better to have more castles but weaker than one big powerful castle with lots of people in it. Strange. You just changed direction. Did a complete 180. Ugh. Yeah, you see that, even though there is enough room for a castle if they put one there, because there's so many little towns around, there's no empty space where there isn't cropland, so that's why there isn't a castle there. If I got one of these up, and then they built in one of the other spaces, if it becomes available, then a castle would build, and then these wouldn't exist. That sometimes happens. It's not very common though. Just the ones down here now. There we go. Berg bed. Ooh, jumped another 7 there. Very high. Desert. 5 to 2 again. Lots of 5 to 2 ratios here, and they can't do earthquakes, and they can't do nights and floods. Here we go. This should be the last one, and I can end the video. I should be able to go over 1,100 in this video. I mean, after this world. Well, that's annoying. Because I need a castle. If I do this very quickly, okay, then pause it and get it off that. That should be enough. Oh. There we go. I knew he'd do that. Just to be awkward. That's it. Needs to be 2 away from the edge of the... no, 3 away from the edge of the world to be a castle. Wrong way. Oh. Yeah, when they gather with others, they change direction sometimes. Completely, not just slightly to the side a bit, just, sometimes very dramatically. Nearly up to a quarter of population bar. Still haven't properly gone up to move Purple Magnet yet. It still sort of goes down a bit if I do too much, you see. If you wanted to, you could uproot all your castles and use the leader with the go to Purple Magnet um, behaviour button to organise your castles in a nice sort of grid pattern. I've tried it a few times, but I got too bored. But there's no advantage to it. But on the map, it would look all sort of neat and tidy. But there's never any need to do it. I just did it because I was bored. There's no advantage in it. Although I say that, but in theory, if a lot of them, if you notice with castles, they can share cropland. You know, these two are only one apart, whereas this one's two apart, which means land is being wasted. You could put them all neatly together, so that they share the cropland as close as they can together. Then you'd save a bit of land and be able to overall fit more castles on. But it would only really matter that much if you didn't have land to expand to, like in the sea and stuff. If you used up all the land and you wanted even more castles, then it would be useful sort of to squash your castles closer together. Then you could use a bit more land for a couple more castles, but really I've never had any need to do that. But it would work in theory anyway. You could fit more castles on, because these ones are only one bit of terrain apart, and these ones, this one and this one, are two apart. So there's land being wasted because they can share cropland, but they're not. So they're wasting land. Interesting how they haven't earthquaked me. Not that I want them to. I'll wait for a volcano actually. I know actually they might invade. They can't do nights, so they'll invade probably. Because they can't do nights. Actually, they'll definitely invade eventually. Leave him there for now. I could swamp him, but then I wouldn't take away their ability to create people, and a volcano will take that away, and then after I do the volcano, then I could swamp him. So I'll just pause it now, because I imagine they're on their way now. Yeah, see, they're trying to invade. So I just, if I volcano them now quickly, and then I could swamp him. Remember to use the pause button, because then it gives you more time, and you can just pause it easily. Don't want that. Unpause it. There we go. Yeah, no, they did that because they did a volcano. That's why they put it on build. Good. It's the end of him. Well, they now have a stupid castle there, which I don't want. On. Oh, good. Take it and go. Not close enough to Armageddon really, so I'm gonna have to do a night. I mean, I don't really have to win it really well to get to jump worlds because I'm only 3 away from 1100, and I just wanted to get over 1100 really in this video. Oh, I got that house down by accident, never mind. Some of these castles I've never gotten down before, so the people inside them must be really strong. Oh, he's not that good. Yeah, that one's not bad. Where is he? Yeah, that'll do. Oh. Yes, yeah, just build now, that's it. Oh, I should have put that down. Good, because I don't want my leader to go. Otherwise, he might have gathered into the night. That would get rid of my leader. Yeah, the population wouldn't go, but I'd have no leader anymore. A little colony appearing over here. That's why you have to watch evil. I mean, if you neglect an area and just sort of ignore them in an area, they will multiply. If you don't have fight and settle on, they will just multiply spontaneously. You know, they're like a disease. You have to attack it, otherwise, you know, it won't go away. Wait, actually, no, I can't get rid of it. Trouble is, when cropland is created there, it weakens the house. Yeah, and because the house is weakened, a person will come out because the weaker house can't hold as many people. So then more people come out to fight, which takes up more time. You see, that's the annoying thing about it. That's why nights can sometimes take a long time, because they get one house and lots of people will come out of the neighbouring houses, and then they will have to be fought individually most of the time, and then, you know, so one house, fighting one house can turn into fighting about 10 people. You know, that was a good one in Moham, but it doesn't matter because we jumped another. Oh, we jumped 8 this time. We jumped 8 and we're over 1100, and it's another really easy one anyway. I can just do volcanoes. Oh, I like these ones though. Yeah, I think I will actually do this one because I like the ones where they can just do volcanoes. Bitmap, good. And it's 1 to 1. Because the ones where they can just do volcanoes are quite difficult, because they do them non-stop. I'll just do this one quickly since I'm only 40 minutes through. I like a challenge. I'm going to make him build over here, so he's going to go over this way towards the purple magnets. So build this direction, and then get him out. There we go. And then put it on build as soon as he's away enough. That's it. Then that guarantees he'll build. And it's more important to do that in such harsh terrain, because the longer he wanders around, the weaker he gets, and the harder it will be. And the same again, really. You might as well do it again. It's the easiest way to get him to build another castle. There we go. Especially in a fast growth rate like bitmap. It's exactly where I wanted him. Wanted this man to go. Actually, I was very pleased with that. But now he's gone crazy because he touched the edge of the world. They normally go crazy. It's not just the edge of the world that does it. It's when they can't go anywhere because the edge of the world they can't go anywhere. So they go crazy when they touch it. I'll explain in more detail about that in my game FAQs guide if you want to read it. Good way to snap them out of it is let them build and get up again. They might snap out of it unless they touch the edge of the world again, in which case they'll go crazy again. So it's harder to snap them out of it when they're near the edge of the world. It's easy to snap them out of it when they're just against water, because you can just build and then they'll just build underneath them. In worlds where they can just do volcanoes, they will do a lot of volcanoes because it's all they can do, and they'll do them one after the other. If they can do volcanoes and earthquakes, they might earthquake it down for you. They'll do a volcano, then about 3 earthquakes, which actually makes it easier. But ones where they can just do volcanoes, they won't earthquake it down for you, and it's actually hard, and they can do them in quick succession. Meanwhile trying to invade you, but because they can't even do nights, their main priority is just earthquake you into oblivion, so you have to, and they earthquake because they have the mana to do so, so your main priority is to lower their population and their ability to create population, and a good way to do that is to do volcanoes in return. So the anti-volcano sort of way is to fight volcanoes with volcanoes. If you can do earthquakes and earthquake them down, it's actually the best use for earthquakes. Earthquakes are pretty much useless on the enemy, really. Because they don't make any rocks. They just sort of shake up the land a bit, and they're easily just sort of sorted out. You know, it hardly does anything. So the best use for earthquakes is to earthquake volcanoes down. Or sometimes, if you can't swamp the leader and the leader is on sort of one bit of land, you can earthquake the leader and you can drown him, but I very rarely do that. But you know, if you're doing that, I mean, that's a sort of last resort, really. And if you have to earthquake their leader down to try and drown him, it means you sort of failed at other aspects of the game, really. Which is why I very rarely have to do that. They won't really start doing volcanoes until they're about... I mean, if you look at my man, I've only just got up to volcano with my amount of population, so when they're about a third or a quarter of the way through up the bar, then they'll start doing the volcanoes. And they'll do them as a punishment as well. If they lose if you lose a fight, like lose a castle or lose your leader in a fight, they'll volcano you as a punishment. In the same way that they do punishment earthquakes and punishment swamps. They never do punishment nights. They'll only make a night if they deem him powerful enough, i.e. that 3/4 orange at least. And they'll only do a flood if they mostly do a flood when they're low rating, because they, you know, if they're more intelligent, then they sort of know that a flood is pretty rubbish. I mean, especially the way they do it, they don't even bother to put their land on two levels to do a flood. So when they do a flood, unless they're really lucky, you know, they'll end up losing their people as well. So they very rarely do a flood. So the punishment sort of powers are really just earthquakes, swamps, and volcanoes, and the volcano followed by 3 or 2 or 1 earthquake. Yeah, they might not do a volcano. Actually, I might be able to get them down. I mean, I'd like them to do. I'd like them to do a volcano, just you know, just for the challenge, really. But I did this world too easily, really, so they won't do a volcano probably. You can sometimes see which house is preventing the castle. It's not that one, because you can see there's cropland on the corner. So you have to get the one that's getting the cropland on the corner, which doesn't apply now because they just won it. But because the corner cropland of a castle is the most important one. If that's blocked off, then it won't be a castle. You see, these two are able to coexist next to each other because the corner cropland isn't affected. You know, this corner cropland is there, and that one is there. The ones on the side don't matter. They can be blocked off, that doesn't matter. It's the corner ones that are key, which is why those two castles are able to coexist next to each other. In theory, you could have a castle that would have a rock there, and all the sides except the corners, and it would still work, and trees and things, it would still work. I think the most I've ever seen with trees is all of them covered by, but one. Obviously the corner ones were free, but all the sides covered, but one, were with trees. So that's the most you can have with trees. Yeah, it's not just the corner ones, sorry, it's the ones just directly on the side as well, so yeah, I've seen them like that. Yeah, the corner ones and the ones directly on the sides. The ones either side of the corner, so it's with a castle, the important cropland is the corner, then the side, then the corner, then the side. The ones in between don't matter, yeah. Yeah, so the most I've ever seen is a tree, is a tree there, there. No, there. Yeah, so 8 trees on the side of a castle is the most I've ever seen. No, 7, sorry. And also that applies to rocks as well. You can have you could have one rock there either side of the corner and look really sort of weird, but a castle can exist like that. But it's quite rare to see that happen because they'd have to build in a perfect place. Anyway, they still haven't done a volcano, and I'm nearly up to Armageddon, so this wasn't quite as difficult as what I thought it would be. I think they need a higher rating to have a bit harder. Yeah, I do Armageddon now, might as well get it over with. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed they didn't do a volcano because that would have made it quite challenging, but yeah, never mind. And my mana's actually gone up. That was reward mana because I killed their leader. Because once you do Armageddon, you can't get any more mana by population growth because you'd have no houses anymore. $160,000 odd. Low and old. We won't be doing this one. Oh, I jumped another 7, and I can just, oh, it's another only volcano one. I'd love to do this one, but I'm well over the threshold I gave myself. So next video I'll be starting from 1999 and going into, yeah, getting up to 1200. No, getting up to 2100. And then end it, and then skipping then eventually. So yeah, thanks for watching part 23. In part 24 I'll be doing 1999, whatever it's called. I'll find out, then I'll do that. Thanks for watching, bye bye.